What's up, everybody?
Hi, everybody.
We are live.
How are you guys doing today? I know it's late. This is actually going to be a very quick live. We just had a couple of topics we wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about, but we should be back live tomorrow and getting back into a regularly scheduled program, y'all. It's kind of hard. Everybody having their own lives, trying to get together and talk about this shiznai. So we are going to do better.
Let's get into it. Yeah.
So we're gonna get Alex on the line because she's going to be talking about our first topic. So just give us a moment.
I thought. So let's pull this up.
Okay, guys. So first, we're gonna get into some terrible news. Um, I hope y'all can hear me good. Our mics just, well, honestly, I don't really. We just couldn't get them to work today, I guess. So, yes, but Stephen Twitch boss passes away at the age of 40. So it says the deepest condolences to the family of Twitch. Many of you may know him from the Ellen DeGeneres show. According to TMZ, he apparently passed away at the age of 40 of an apparent self-inflicting exiting of the world. We got to be very creative with how we say it, y'all, because how YouTube is. And so they say he joined the Ellen DeGeneres show when he was in 2014, and he remained on the show until the finale earlier this year. And he also appeared on the show So You Think You Can Dance in 2008. He also had a role in the film Magic Mike XXL.
Oh, I was gonna say I didn't see him in that, but I didn't watch that one. Magic Mike was such a terrible movie. It was fucking terrible.
I watched that one, but I only watched that one, I believe, once. Amber Heard was in it, so I really didn't care for the lead. This is so crazy. This was way before you know, the Amber Heard stuff, but I was just like, I really don't care for like the cast and the plot. Everything was just kind of like.
I mean, they didn't learn from the first one. The plot was terrible. So. But this is sad. He looks so sweet and happy. I don't remember watching. I used to watch the Ellen show, but I just don't particularly remember him.
Yeah, I remember him because I used to come home every day from school. Like, I don't even know why, because I was coming home from like middle school. 3, hopefully that I didn't miss Ellen, that I didn't miss the beginning, that I didn't miss her dancing. Yeah, I used to love the Ellen show, and
I used to have a crush on her. Like, it was so random.
That, yeah.
It was the most random thing ever. But I was in high school too.
Yes, I definitely remember that, and I think that
that's probably why I don't remember him. I was
you was the focus. No, but she would talk to him almost every day.
I was just watching.
They would talk about the weekend, or she would just crack jokes with him. Like, that was her little bit. She would dance, she would sit down, she would talk to the audience, or she would just talk to Twitch. So it's so crazy because he was always smiling. He was just always such a ray of joy.
That's what he looks like. And they said that it appears to be that he unalived himself.
I really don't like when places kind of report that prematurely, and I'm not saying it's for sure prematurely.
But yeah, let's do the autopsy and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it's so early that you don't have any backing to back up that claim, even if a reliable source said that, then I just feel like, why do it? Because people can make things seem like that. And I'm not saying that's true. And I'm not like trying to be in denial if that's what happened to him. That's so sad, and it's no joke. But I also think it's kind of what do you call it? Like, a bit dangerous to put narratives out there, because it makes people not look or, accept things the way it's presented to them.
Yeah.
Instead of looking deep into if it could be something else. So that's my thoughts on that.
I also just want to say, like, especially this time of year, the unalivingness is the rate goes up because, like, the holidays are going on. A lot of people, I don't know, that makes people depressed, which is supposed to be the opposite, but apparently it's not. A lot of people are stressed now because they don't have money, they don't have family to like spend time with and stuff. Just try to like, if you have anybody you could reach out to, or even like a hotline, I don't know how helpful they are. It just makes me really sad to see like this spiking and happening so much. So just like be aware of your mental health as much as you can be.
Yeah. So, really quick before we move on, since we already on the shade room, huh?
Ellen has said something about it. I have pulled up a tab. I don't know if you was gonna stop talking about
Oh
this
no,
yet.
but we could pull that up first. Where's Alex?
Oh, let me see. Let me make sure she's not in the background. Yep, here she goes. Okay.
Girl,
All
I've
right.
been back here. I'm like, are they gonna
That's
come
what
in?
I felt like. But
Oh, did you want to speak on that before we say what Ellen
Yeah,
said?
I just had one thing to say. I just think it's really sad, and it's crazy because I just watched the Step Up. Is that Step Up? It's not Step Up. Stump the Yard. I just watched the Stump the Yard that he was in a couple of days ago. It was on TV. But yeah, I just think it's really sad because he literally just posted. I think it was a TikTok like with his
yeah,
wife,
him and
like
wife Dan.
it was like a day before or like earlier that day or something like that, and he was just like dancing and just being goofy and stuff like that. Like, you never know when things could happen. It's literally just that fast. So cherish the people who you're around, and like Shanice was saying, like, if you need to talk to someone, I know it's like everyone's always like, oh, if you need to talk, like, just talk it out or just do this. But I mean, it could help, but I'm not saying like it's a guarantee, but just try to be on top of your mental health as best as you can, because it's so easy to slip into a deep depression. You can be happy one minute and sad the next. It's just really sad that a big personality and a well loved man had to go so soon.
And look at him here in this picture. He looks so like, oh man, it's so
He
sad.
always looked so happy.
But Ellen said, I am heartbroken. Twitch was pure love and light. He was my family and I loved him with all my heart. I will miss him. Please send your love and support to Allison and his beautiful children, Wesley, Maddox, and Zion. Yeah, that's so sad. Like, it's just so, I don't
It
want to say
really is.
crazy.
It
I'm
really
trying to think
is.
of like what is the word for it, but it's just so unfortunate.
Definitely unfortunate. So it caused a lot of conversation online, but this isn't a tab that we have pulled up yet. But seeing this tab made me, because it's related, think of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go over to what this kind of unintentionally brought up. Just give me a moment. There it goes. So, Romeo, he
Ooh,
says today was a boiling point. A, a scene, a man, I think he meant
I see.
I've
Right.
seen a man to avoid his own children struggling with unaliving themselves and sadness, deep sadness, but post another man whom passed today that he doesn't even know. Y'all idols be lost. Better stop following the blind. Watch when it's revealed. Now, he posted this a bit shortly after his father posted a tribute to Twitch. So this had people thinking
Mhm.
that he was referring to his father. And as y'all can see in the top comment, this was not funny, this is very serious.
Boy, what is wrong with
Because
you?
somebody put, because you never graduated ICDC college. Let me
Oh
stop.
my
What
God.
is wrong
Let
with
me
you?
stop. This is a
I'm
serious
not gonna
topic.
lie. Every time I see him, I see
DC
DC. I
commercial.
said ICDC college every time.
That's not funny. Let's get back on topic.
My God.
they say Romeo's very unproblematic. So for him to do this, so a lot of people felt like, I don't know, because out of all the years, Romeo's been famous for like just as long as Bow Wow and stuff, and he ain't never ever been in no BS. He made his money and got out the way. So it is kind of weird to see him publicly speaking out on this. Do you guys have any thoughts?
I mean, I feel like this happens a lot,
Mm,
especially in the Black community, where like not only, but where like parents or people in general, like family, they just avoid pressing topics, but they don't realize that, like he said, you're sitting out here putting a tribute to him, but you don't talk to me, your child. Like that's not what he said specifically, but let's say if that's what he means. Like it's very sad that people try to take the speck out of other people's eyes, before
mhm.
getting the one out of their own type of thing. And I feel like it should be a conversation to be had. I was actually just talking to Twan about this kind of same thing earlier
Mhm.
with like we should be able to say certain things to our family if we're feeling the way. He
Mhm.
should be able to go to his dad and be like, Dad, I feel like this is how this made me feel that you just did. But like for a lot of people to feel like they have to put subliminal things on social media instead of being able to talk to
Mhm.
your family, communicate with them is pretty sad.
I was
Mhm.
thinking that same thing when I saw that earlier. Well, mainly because I did not see the next slide. All I saw was what he posted. So I'm like, what is he even talking about? So now that I see that he was talking about his dad, it would have been real easy for
Or
him to,
could possibly be talking about him.
or that he might allegedly be talking about that. But it would have been real easy for him to make a phone call and be like, I feel this type of way and this and that. Like, I don't think that warranted a post. Like
Hmm.
if you was really that hurt, you should have reached out to the person you was hurt about, because that post is not going to make them reach out to you or reach out to
But
whomever
sometimes they
you're
feel like
talking
they
about.
can't. Like sometimes like that's just not the way people operate in certain
Yeah.
families and certain communities. They don't sit and talk about their feelings. They're like, boy, get out of here.
Mm.
Even though you could recognize certain things that is
Mhm.
happening within, a person or your family. But I think that mental health conversations are being more, you know, normalized now,
Yeah,
especially
a
with
lot
men.
more.
Not as much as it needs to be. It's like way behind. Um, but I just think that that's better. And hopefully he can have a conversation with whoever he's talking about. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So prayers out to Twitch's family. And for anybody who has been feeling down, let me just tell you, you are worth fighting for. And
Mhm.
you have to remind yourself in the darkest times, and just remind yourself everything's gonna be okay. If you're still living, you still breathing, you still got.
Oh.
Sorry, wrong one. Sorry, you said you put the wrong order.
Yeah,
No.
no, this was
um,
fine. So,
Mm-hmm. All right.
okay. Now we're gonna move on to
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to figure it out.
Kalani. That was on the photo,
Oh, okay.
so I gotta just pull that up.
So, guys, let's get into this next topic. So, Kalani actually had to speak out as well against over enthusiastic. Well, that's not over enthusiastic. There's excitement
that is a
and
violation. That's what
yeah,
it is.
creepy encounters. One of my biggest fears, like as like if you work at social media and put yourself out there more, you just start
Mhm.
thinking about people like this. So she posted. Sorry. She posted, I've made I'm sorry, I can't see y'all. I've made video after video after video and deleted it because I don't want any videos of me as angry, triggered, crying, upset, and I am everywhere. I don't care how exual you think my music, you deem my music, my performances, my fun with my friends dancing at clubs, or me. That does not give any of you the right to cross a boundary, like sticking your hand up my skirt and pulling my underwear to touch my, oh my gosh.
Oh.
As I am being
Mhm.
escorted through a crowd after performing. This ish made me so sick to my stomach. As a victim of sexual assault, I am endlessly triggered and mind blown. That is terrible.
Purely
Somebody like
disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who she's talking about. It's so sad that like in the industry, a lot of the times you can't just come outright and say who you're talking about because you're gonna get blacklisted
Well, it
or
seems
things
like
like
she could
that.
possibly be
It
talking about a fan because she said while
yeah.
she's escorted through the crowd after performing. So
It was
to
someone in
me,
the crowd because she made a TikTok about it.
mhm,
Also, it wasn't going into too much detail as this post is, but she made a TikTok talking about it last night, and it was a member from a crowd, and it's so crazy how not this specifically, but how you see those videos of fans running on stage and all types of stuff like that. It's scary. You never know if somebody is running on stage to try to hug you or to violate you or to hurt you.
That's so
exactly.
disgusting. I would have
And
had to beat their ass.
I
Girl.
think I'm gonna do a video about it. What it was honestly for something else, not for here. But that's what I was talking about too, because I had made a TikTok about this. Like, I just don't get why in a world where someone embraces their sensuality or something
Hmm.
that gives people the notion to think they can disrespect them or cross boundaries with that person. It doesn't matter how much skin
Hmm.
you can see, it doesn't matter what that person says they like to do. If they wanted to do it with you or something like that, it will be known. And it's just not by known by you
Usually
can
consensual.
flesh, that they have skin like any other living human being, the largest organ, yes. So showing skin does not equate to you being entitled to doing something to them.
Yes, I
Well,
hate
this
that notion.
I can't believe like somebody did that to her. That is so disgusting.
And
What
people
would
complain
make?
about,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, people complain about Beyonce and other artists who keep their distance from their fans. But
Hmm.
this is why people be trying to call people bougie and stuff. And I know like there's like, bitch, where you get Beyonce? But it's like that's what's like when you walking through a crowd, like she probably like a cool artist, like, oh, I'm just Kehlani. She probably had like a couple of security guards, but not enough to keep the whole crowd pushed away. And it's like, okay, I want to hug my fans, I want to feel their energy. But then it's like it's people like that that
Hmm.
make artists like, no, F it. I'm gonna just put my all into my craft. If they F with me because my craft, that's all they gotta F with me for. Cause
Hmm.
I'm not about to pander and overly make myself uncomfortable, put myself in y'all space.
Hmm. That's just
I
like
agree with
so
that.
weird.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Alex?
It's just so weird to me how someone would want to touch a a stranger's private parts. Like she's a stranger to you, no matter how much you think you know her from her music. And that's why I'm glad she put in there like no matter how like sensual my music is or how sensual you think I am, how I dance with my friends, that don't mean you can come up and touch me. Just because I'm wearing spaghetti straps and a mini skirt don't mean I'm a little whore. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand why someone felt so comfortable to enter her space and then proceed to touch her. Like she's a stranger. Like you don't know what
Mm-hmm.
she could have done, what her security, like what even made someone want to do that. Like that is just purely disgusting. Like, and they need to
Now,
go to hell with gasoline draws.
Yeah, I definitely hope they got arrested. Also, it's like people be watching way too much. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
mm-hmm.
Videos.
Corn.
Yeah, corn videos.
It's a
Y'all
corn.
just don't know how to act. Y'all need to stop. Put it down. Okay, there's no reason why you cannot control your urges. You shouldn't have even showed up there if you was feeling that kind of way about her that you felt the need to do something like that, and you lucky
Mhm.
that her security guard didn't turn around and because I
'Cause
would
they
have
had the right.
As far as we know.
something. Y'all seen that? What was that scary movie? I can't.
I don't know
Wasn't
if
that
I
one of
would
the
have
scary
stamped the
movies?
yard all over them.
Where he was
Okay.
flattened to the ground, that would have had to be me because you really got like imagine how traumatized she must have been. And I hope that, she does take different precautions now walking by her crowd. And it's unfortunate you can't be intimate with your crowd like that. That's absolutely insane. And hopefully she gets, better, security and things like that so things like that don't happen to her.
I
There's absolutely no excuse for that, and I've been seeing a lot of people get touched by like fans and stuff out of pocket. You're gonna get
mm-hmm.
the wrong one slash the right one, you're gonna get your ass beat,
Okay.
which will be well deserved. Like you said, I'm a
Luckily,
stump the yard. What's that other movie you got, sir? All that shit. You finna be
now
in the
you
ground,
got
bitch.
served. Luckily, it's like I'm not sure if this was her last show on tour, but I think it's like her second or third to last show. Um, but luckily, it's like towards the end of her tour to where I mean, I'm sure she's going to be traumatized about it. Even if she goes on tour like 5 years from now, she's still going to think about that. So
Mhm.
I don't want to say luckily because it's not like, oh, she'll stop thinking about it. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's towards the end of her tour and she's just gonna, like you said, hopefully she just gets better security and they take more safety precautions even more than she was, which sucks because like some celebrities, some artists, some performers, they like to be able to be personable with their fans. They like to reach out to their fans, to touch their fans. Like they like to high five or, like to give hugs, have conversations. And it sucks that they can't because people are unpredictable. They like to invade your privacy, which is so wild to me that you would want to do that to somebody you don't even know. Like it's just crazy. I hope things get better for her and I hope mentally things get better for her because that can traumatize anyone. That can traumatize the strongest of people. So I just
It
hope.
seems like she is really
Well, as she
traumatized.
said
Mhm.
before as well, she's also experienced SA before. So
Mhm.
it was also triggering for her.
Hmm.
I bet that is horrible. I feel so bad for her. She's so sweet and
Me
such
too.
a good
Well, I
performer.
hope people just need to get their life together. It's really not that
Yes,
serious.
keep your
Like
hands to yourself.
Mhm.
that's something we learned back in what kindergarten.
Okay,
Mhm.
and
Like
at
last
home.
time.
Don't
But
touch no.
we do have some lighter ish news.
Well,
To
it should be,
Yeah,
but not the way the internet
yeah,
treating
the
him.
internet is like really playing with him. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and then Alex, did you want to go ahead and present this, or you want me to play the video first?
You can go ahead and play the video and then we can just explain stuff after that.
Mhm.
Okay, guys. So Gunna got released. As many of you know, Gunna was arrested under the RICO charges for the YSL case. So here's a video.
Oh, we can't hear it.
You didn't
You say you can't hear it?
No.
see what you got to do on station head. You can't have like,
That is
I mean, not
so
station head, StreamYard. You can't have multiple mics like have
audio.
access to.
Oops. That's not what I was trying to do. Okay, let me know if you could hear it now.
Nope. You have to do whatever you did the last time. I think you just muted. Still can't hear. You can't hear.
Girl, I don't know why it just unmuted you. Okay.
Yeah, if it don't work next time, I'm gonna go to
No,
my
I
phone.
unmuted myself to say that you can't hear the video.
But how are you able to unmute yourself?
I
Because
have
you and
no
Tony.
idea. I don't know how she did it the last time.
All right,
To
let
where,
me try it like this.
no, you still can't hear it.
Put
And I'm
All right.
unable. I will just explain the video.
on my phone to
This-
play it.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be ghetto since we don't got our microphones plugged in, but
They can still hear it.
after each statement, whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true? Thanks to you, Mr. Kitchens.
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang. Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statement.
This
Oh,
one.
okay.
Okay, but that
And
was
then
it.
he said, yeah. Yeah, then after that he just said, yeah, like he agreed that the gang should be stopped or whatever. But as some of you guys may know, he was released on an Alfred plea, which Sabrina had the perfect explanation of what an Alfred plea. Can you explain what it is for people who don't know what it is?
So basically, an Alfred plea is a plea that is not an admission of guilt. You're saying that, yes, I am innocent, but I also acknowledge that the evidence gathered against me, I could lose in trial. So I'd rather take this plea than take my chances to lose. So I'm not admitting to guilt. I just don't want to lose.
Right.
So they're rare. This is not a plea that's given out to anybody.
But I just think it's crazy that they made him say like, "Yes, this is a gang," and I was with
Mm-hmm.
so and so, and
Mhm.
saw
And you know
them.
what? I honestly
That
feel like
to
he
me,
had
like,
to say. Oh, go
not
ahead.
good.
Sabrina.
No, that was me. I was just saying
Oh,
I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all.
how they made him say that, because that's what's making people call him a snitch, which he didn't
Because
really
his face,
say anything.
But not saying anything was like, I admit that the stuff wasn't mine.
Right, which
So
is insinuating that if only him and Young Thug was in the car, it's Young Thug's.
right, they're gonna
right?
try to use it to say that.
But and they made him say it was a gang. Like you
Yeah,
could say
which
anything was a gang. Like that's
And that he unknowingly his music benefited the gang. So
because he did
very
try to say that when he first joined YSL that he was unaware that it was a gang, which no, I don't know if that's true, but that's what he said. But yeah, as some people may know, he was sentenced for 5 years. He served one, and the other four will be served as community service. And he also has to talk to youth about, how gangs are wrong and all that different types of stuff. That's also going to be a part of his community service. And I think, what is this statement? I can't really read it. This is the statement he came out with.
you want me to read it?
Yeah, I can't see it on the screen.
Okay, it says when I became affiliated with YSL in 2016, I did not consider it a gang, more like a group of people from Metro Atlanta who had common interests and artistic aspirations. My focus of YSL was entertainment, rap artists who wrote and performed music that exaggerated and glorify urban life in the Black community. Talking about glorified. While I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way. I have chosen to end my own RICO case with an Alfred plea and end my personal ordeal by publicly acknowledging my association with YSL. An Alfred plea in my case is the entry of a guilty plea to the one charge against me, which is my best interest, while at the same time maintaining my innocence towards the same charge. I love and cherish my association with YSL Music and always will. I look at this as an opportunity to give back to my community and educate young men and women that gangs and other things. Yeah, like Sabrina was
Yeah,
saying, he got
but he only doing that because he has to. So I don't know why he's saying it like I'm gonna
the
go out in the community and tell them that gangs are bad. Like
my
you gotta do
thing is
that. It's a part of your community. It's a part of the special
part of the
conditions of
plea,
his
right?
thing.
But back in the day when gangs first started, gangs were meant to protect the neighborhood. That's number
Hmm.
one. So, like, obviously they have, deterred from that, which is really
Right.
sad because,
Very
I
sad.
think that's a really good thing what they used to be. I don't like the fact that they, like I said, made him say it was a gang and pretty much say that he was with Young Thug, and when he was with Young Thug and they was caught with all that stuff, it wasn't his.
Hmm.
Now, I'm not calling him a snitch, but
Yeah.
okay, because oh,
Same, because it's not like he said anything incriminating towards anyone
I mean,
else.
but he kind of did.
I mean,
He
other
kind
than that,
It's
but they
not really.
can't.
I
of
Yeah,
get
I
what
don't
you're
know.
saying, and I
Like, you
get
know
what
what I'm
it is.
saying? Yeah,
like
it's not like he said anything against someone else. I mean, other than him saying like, "Oh, it wasn't mine," but he didn't say, "But it is." I mean, it isn't him insinuating that it's the other person who was in the car because, to our knowledge, they're only saying that it was only two people in the car. So, but other than
I mean,
that,
but just even saying that it's a gang, like
I get that part.
I just feel like a lot
but
of
I feel like
things were
everyone
said
already
about
knew it was kind of a
Tekashi, and
game.
I'm not saying he's doing what Takashi did because apparently Takashi just like outright snitched, but it's
Yeah,
just
a
like
lot of
when the
people are
shoe
comparing
is
the two
good,
too.
you have to just realize what you might do in the situation. Again, he didn't just be like, "Oh yeah, this is what happened. This is who was involved," brrrah. But to even have to say those things, I feel like is a bit unfair.
Hmm.
And the fact that it's like Sabrina was saying, if they're gonna offer him an Alfred plea, that means that they didn't feel like they 100% beyond a reasonable doubt had
Hmm.
all the evidence against him, but also they could have persuaded jury to convict him of a RICO at
Right.
the
And
same
they only
time.
had him on one charge. So people were speculating that he was probably going to get out early anyways. They're speculating that he probably wasn't even going to serve the 5 years and that he was going to get out early because, like you just said, they couldn't prove, beyond a reasonable doubt that he was as involved as they thought he was, or whatever the case may be. And then also, oh yeah, did you have anything else to say, Sabrina?
Yeah. Um. hmm,
Can you pull up the audio of the sister real quick?
It's right there.
I know, but they're not gonna be able to hear it.
Oh. Yeah. Just give me a second. So what I was gonna say is my main reason for not really feeling like he snitched or is deeper than what everybody can see
Mm-hmm.
is that the charges that was added to Young Thug, that would not be necessary if they had enough like compelling evidence or testimony from someone to imprison him. So I feel like they probably thought they did and jumped the gun. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's just a theory. This is not proven, but maybe they could have been like, um, you know, we're gonna let Thug take this lesser charge because we know that they are not going to be able to prove this. It just seemed like it could be orchestrated great. Y'all got people got to remember, like, these men have money, they have good lawyers, they have good connections. Also the RICO, everybody just hear RICO, 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 I think it's the same thing. Apparently a state RICO, which is what he was being charged with, is different than a federal RICO and has way more severe consequences. So then one would ask, would it be worth to snitch on if it's not as severe as because the public will just run with any narrative. They just hear RICO and think, oh, he's gonna go away for a long time,
Right.
and stuff. So I just think it's a lot of layers to it, and unless Young Thug come out or some evidence come out where it's like, oh, he clearly snitched, then there's no reason to drag him for it. He home. It is what it is.
I just feel like if he really did snitch, then they wouldn't be adding these ridiculous
Yeah.
charges to try to stretch things out to get more evidence for what they really trying to put him in there for.
And girl, look at how they worded this. So it says last week a grand jury charged 30-year-old rapper whose legal name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, which is Young Thug, with 4 more counts. The new charges include street racing, reckless driving, speeding, and more. No, it's not and more, bitch. It's not wearing a seatbelt. Let's say what it
Right.
is.
Not wearing a
Let's say what
seatbelt.
it is.
Charges they're trying to keep him for. It's like, what do y'all just? Why would y'all waste y'all time to convict him of that small stuff if he's gonna be gone for a long time on the front?
Exactly.
So yeah, that's what I was saying.
Not
Like,
doing nothing.
that alone was clues enough that it's way deeper than what people are seeing or thinking.
Right, kind of like what they're doing with Tory Lanez, which you're gonna do the live on that tomorrow. But just adding that random charge is like you said, if you have this much evidence that you put on this whole show and arrested me for all this bullshit, what are you adding these petty? Talking about not wearing a fucking seatbelt,
Not
$25
wearing a seatbelt.
in some states. That shit is a $25 ticket. The fuck out of here. Like,
What?
street racing, reckless endangerment and stuff. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that, but that's some people just get a ticket for that or fine for that. Like,
Okay.
y'all
He
making
didn't
it
pay
seem
that quick fast.
talking about 4 new charges. They're like, what else can we make up? What else can we add on to make him seem, like this
Let's pull
dangerous?
back his 2012 tweets.
Right. Let's make him this dangerous, thuggish rapper dude. Like, it's just
Come on
ridiculous.
now.
It's insane.
And you
And then
don't think
even
they... Oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you don't think they had like plans or talks in place, like, oh, if this happens, not saying this is all alleged, but like they had talks about, oh, if this happens, this is how we're gonna play this out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not dumb. They not dumb. Young Thug is not dumb, and he got money, and he got some good lawyers. So,
Yeah.
and what
And
y'all
even
doing on top of that with these ridiculous charges, it just makes it, you can definitely tell y'all don't have enough evidence. And clearly, if Gunna snitched, y'all wouldn't have to add these charges.
even his sister came out, Young Thug's sister came out and spoke in favor of Gunna. And was basically saying, like, he's not a snitch. And so I just feel like that speaks volumes, because I don't feel like he's snitch per se, but I just was like, so just for her to come out against that, she obviously is in communication with her brother, I would assume, and so they must not feel, that he did that.
So here's a bit of what she had to say. We're gonna play it and then continue.
Y'all please stop saying that people's ready and people this and that. Like, it's not making anybody better. It's not making nothing but good, bro. Like, nothing that's going on is not helping my brother. So can y'all please stop? If y'all love Gunna, then y'all give him support. Like, what y'all over there doing? Y'all tripping. It be the internet for me. And no, I haven't posted him because I was just told that nobody really supposed to have communications with each other right now. So I don't want to mess up his. So why would I just go and post it? Like y'all got to, bro. Like y'all destroy people's lives and careers.
Okay, that was it.
Yeah.
It turned off in the middle of it.
Yeah, so she was just basically saying, like, that's pretty much what she had to say. Y'all be destroying people's careers and things like that by,
All these
coming up with these
assumptions
narratives.
with no basis. Like there'll be the tiniest circumstantial evidence, and people like, oh, this is what happened.
Right? He snitched. You a snitch.
I hope
And then be looking dumb when the actual information come out.
No, they just act like they don't see it.
Right? They just gonna say what they say.
What they believe, ain't nothing gonna change their mind.
And spread false information. So, I mean, we'll see. He said he not gonna have nothing to do with this trial, and he not about to testify. So,
well, in his special conditions, if he is called to testify, he has to. It says the defendant is advised that violation of any special conditions of this disposition may subject the defendant to, sorry, I gotta make it bigger, revocation, and the court may require the defendant to serve up the balance of the sentence, blah, blah, blah. So one of the special conditions are, if called by any party in this case, you will testify truthfully, but reserve your right to assert your Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination. And Part B of the special conditions say that you agree to perform the 500, hours of community service, blah, blah, blah. And that, you have to talk about gang violence and this and that. So if he is called in, and that's only if, they're not saying that it's guaranteed that he will be called in, but if he is called in, he will have to testify.
I feel like they put that in there because they are going to call him in. But this would be me. I assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
Okay. If it's self-incriminating, he is allowed to do that.
In this case, I assert my Fifth Amendment privilege, bitch. I didn't plant the glove. I'm asserting my Fifth Amendment privilege.
It wasn't me.
Right. He said, I want to make it perfectly clear that I didn't make any statements. And then, here goes Young Thug. He appears in court just one day after Gunna's release. I like his hair.
Yeah, this is his first time appearing in court physically. I know they were saying that they would FaceTime him in, but this is his first time appearing in court physically, and he actually got some, I guess you can call it some good news. The judge stated that the search warrant that they did in his house was unlawful. Basically they did the search warrant off of good faith basis, and it wasn't signed off like by a lawyer. So all the things that were found, including the phone that everyone was talking about, everyone was like, oh, what's on this phone? We need the text message, blah, 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 blah. Which was the biggest thing, was that phone. It will not be admissible as evidence in the upcoming trial. So they cannot use that. They're going to have to find something else to put in the trial. And they thought that was going to be a big thing, that phone.
Yeah, there's a gun, which may bring to light why they're adding these other 4 charges. Pleadable charge,
So they can't use that phone. Gotcha. You thought you should have went about it the right way on that search warrant, because now that whole thing is thrown out.
Because my thing is, why not have this shit is like, oh shit, that we've seen this shit back in the movies, back in Law and Order. Everybody knows you need a proper search warrant, dumb.
Okay. They thought, oh, rapper, Young Thug, Thugger in his songs. They thought
should have known.
They didn't care.
The lawyers with the money.
He got that lawyer at that.
He got that lawyer from Medea's, but what is that? what's the first one? Diary of a Mad Black Woman. That's who he. Look at him.
You're so irritated.
Lawyer ended up losing, Shanice.
Oh, well, that nigga was guilty as fuck. This nigga may not be. Yeah. So who knows? He might be able to get him off. You know who he needs to call? What's his name from Power from Tariq? What's his name? Played by Method Man. That's who they need. That's who they need. I can't think of what his name is on the show. Or he need Proctor.
Nah, I need Method Man.
You need Method Man? I probably won't, but I probably end up being inappropriate with that lawyer. I
That's
wouldn't be
the
inappropriate
whole
with Proctor.
purpose.
Oh,
I
yes.
don't need him as a lawyer.
My lawyer, right? I'm like, I would get into this. That's what it takes. But
What you finna get into?
something that means that he got to be my lawyer.
I'm gonna just come to the trial so I can see him be somebody else's lawyer.
No, I need some up close and personal time with him. But I need to be out on bail so we can be together, you know, in the quarters. But yeah, so these are the updates. Hopefully everything goes well with the case. Hopefully, you know, quote unquote justice is served. Okay.
You know they go drag it out. And I think the next one is not gonna be until the top of next year, they were saying.
Now this is what I wonder, okay? And I'm gonna leave y'all with this question. And you know, obviously if y'all have anything to add. If they can't get him on the RICO, right? But they could get him on the speeding and reckless driving and shit, how much time can he get for that?
Girl, can he just pay? Isn't that sound like these sound like tickets to me?
That's what I'm saying.
So
like
can they
how
really
much
give him time for that?
That's what
like
I'm saying.
If I think what it sounds like, I could be wrong. This is just a guess because I really wasn't paying attention to the state. I'll try to like do research. But normally if you get like multiple infractions on one thing and stuff like that, and maybe for instance, if it's not his first time, if he could like do that, then they could try to actually put some sort of time on him. That's what it looks like they're trying to get him for anything so that they can add up all of the possible maximum charges for that to make him more competitive.
Which could be why they did that.
Y'all see him scratching his hair? He needs some oil and shit. Y'all need to quit playing with him. He needs to oil his scalp.
He don't need no oil. You see how his hair all done up nice. He probably been oiled up.
Yeah, but he was scratching his scalp. I'm just saying he need his Jamaican black castor oil. They need to quit playing with him.
And you know one thing, real quick, that I hated that people was trying to point out that he was smiling. I hate when people do that. Like, why is he smiling? First of all, he was smiling at his family in the court. I'm sorry, but if I ain't seen my family in a good minute, I'm dead smiling when I see them. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what I'm up in there for. I'm gonna be happy to see my family.
They said the sun will come up tomorrow. And he probably got a phone up in there low key. And y'all been seeing all these people.
They got them Nokias, girl.
Did y'all see that allegedly? Well, I saw it on Twitter, but I'm just still gonna say allegedly. Did y'all see that the guy that the lawyer, somebody had hacked into their computers and blasted LGBTQ plus corn on there?
Who lawyer?
Who's lawyer? It was just one of the lawyers at the stand, and it was playing, and it was like scrambling. I can't show it because I don't want us to get
on this
case. Yes.
Oh,
and
my
that
ghetto.
I think posted. People probably didn't post it. That's why I was like, I don't know if it's real because I saw it. I saw it on Twitter. You know how raw Twitter can be. But I'm like, then why didn't nobody else post it? But I'm like, maybe it hasn't gotten around yet, or maybe
they didn't want it to get around too much.
Because if you see it, it's blurry because you like see his computer from a little far, but you can definitely see it. One of those dudes in the middle. I mean, I know it was LGBT, but he was packing, man.
Oh. Well, the tea has been poured, and I am sipping it. Okay, I didn't know that. So yeah. We will try to do our best to keep you guys updated on this case and on, the other cases to come. We will have a really great in-depth live for the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez
Yes.
tomorrow.
Also, let us know in the comments. Do y'all think he snitched? Do y'all think this would be considered him snitching? And
what do
what
y'all
do y'all
think?
think about the case? What do y'all think about this whole case? That's what I want to know. A lot of people have mixed feelings. I saw a lot of people comparing Gunna to Tekashi 6ix9ine, and me personally, I don't think it's to that extent. You know what I'm saying? But I seen someone saying like, "Oh, treat Gunna how y'all treated Tekashi 6ix9ine." That's two completely different situations, in my opinion.
He did it. He did it. And also, what do y'all think about Young Thug? I saw a lot of people saying, well, if he did this, he deserved to go down for it. Which, hey,
I mean, if you did the
but
crime, you gotta do the crime.
as I'm not gonna condemn this, young black man when I don't see anybody having that same, smoke for a lot of these other wealthy people doing a lot of shit.
Cause y'all seen
So
what y'all did to Johnny Depp, and how did that trial turn out? The
I
complete
mean, not
opposite
even
of
just
everybody
that,
thought.
like the way that some of these officials, government officials and shit be getting away with a lot of bullshit now. I don't see no outrage. So selective as hell. But that's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. But yep, that's what we have for you guys today. Like Shanice said, we'll try to keep you guys updated. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at _in_bold1_.
Like this video,
And
subscribe,
Yes.
mhm.
Subscribe. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah.
holla.
Bye.